Hi friends, it's Becky, and it is time to open up the June 2025 Sam's Bead Box. This is a monthly bead subscription box from Sam's Bead Shop. It is usually very beautifully curated to a theme with Czech glass, gemstones, unique findings, and it's really, really fun. It's one of my favorite bead box subscriptions. And it looks like this month's theme is Sweet Peach. So I'm going to get this opened up. We're going to get it organized into my 15 grid, not 16 grid organizer here. And because if I keep it in the box that it came in, I will never use it. But I do like to organize it and have it all laid out so I can see it with all the beads together when I'm designing from it. All right. There's usually on the packing list a description, got my Werther's originals for later, a description of the theme, the inspiration behind it, and then on the other side you'll have your packing list with all of these in here. This is actually a sticker, so if you wanted to, you could stick it onto your organizer. I usually will cut just the end of this off so that it fits better and just put it inside my lid so that I can reuse my boxes later. But let's take a look at our descriptions. The reveal date is June 17th, which is today, the day that I'm unboxing it, but you won't be seeing this until June 20th after the official unboxing. I usually like to wait when there isn't an official unboxing in one of my bead subscriptions. I'll usually wait until after that to post my unboxing, just so that people can keep the magic of the surprise and avoid spoilers. Anyway, so here is the description. Sweet Peach. By the way, I love peaches. Peaches are the best, like, especially when they are just like so ripe and juicy that you gotta stand over the sink when you eat them because they just they're perfect. I am about ready for peach season. Gonna get some peach cobbler out there. So great. When I was younger, my family would make summer trips to visit my great-grandparents in Louisiana. As a staple of those trips, we'd drive out to peach farms, returning with buckets of the most fantastic, sun-warmed fruit. I would wash our harvest first, and then the women of the family would gather around the kitchen table, laughing as we sliced peaches for cobbler. I can still recall the temptation of those golden sticky pans, cooling on the counter, and how I'd sneak a first taste of a caramelized peach when no one was looking. Along with the sweet scent of butter and cinnamon, I remember a deep sense of love, care, and tradition that filled my great-grandparents' house. And you know what? I remember my grandma taught me how to slice peaches. And my mom, too. We had a peach tree. And she would show me how to make peaches and cream. Not necessarily peach cobbler, but yeah, it is. Peaches are home. They taste like home. The peach tones of this month's box evoke the warmth and sweetness of the summer peaches, while minty blues bring a breath of cooling fresh air. For gems, we've selected Dreamy Blue Amazonite. Always happy to have Amazonite, my friends. Peach Moonstone, gorgeous, and Strawberry Quartz Butterfly Pendant. Oh, I'm so excited to see that. Faceted Drops and Golden Flowers, along with Butterfly and Bowtime Charms. I can't wait to open this. Bring me back to the intricate decor of my great-grandmother's living room. I hope you feel a touch of Southern charm as you create with this box. That was Shira who curated this. That is so lovely. I love the wonderful memories that are always shared with these spots and the person who curated this. I would, if you haven't seen the official unboxing by the time you see this, I would urge you to watch it, because very often as they're doing the unboxes, the folks at Sam's Bead Shop will also discuss like the history of some of the beads, some of the things of how they got them, if they were custom made for them, because very often they will do that. They will order something custom. Oh, I love, love, love these colors. Look at that. Let's get this opened. Beautiful. Alright, I'm going to go through my strands first and then bag selections. So I'll get the bags out of the way. Get those up there. I am gonna peek at this strawberry quartz pendant though, because like, oh, how fun is this? It's got a hole just in the corner right there. How pretty is this? Let's get my, where's my, there we go. You can see through it a little bit more, that light background behind it, for the light to come through. I love this. That is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, I'm gonna put that away for now, and we'll go through these stranded selections and get them organized into my organizer. Right. Now the first one is going to be some Czech glass fire polish drop in peach opal Picasso, 6 by 8 millimeters in size. This is a 12-piece strand. It has a warm color, rustic feel to it. Now there are so many different selections of beads that we will need to do some roommate situations in here. So we'll get things that either like enough or different enough that it doesn't matter that they're sharing the same little section. For instance, I would probably put these two together in the same section because they're the same color but very different shapes. So they'll be easy to tell what they are when they're actually in there. All right, we've got some Czech glass hibiscus flowers. They are peach crystal gold, 10 millimeters. This is a 12-piece strand. Look at the way that peach crystal, that gold watch comes through. I'm loving these peachy tones. All right, and then we've got some peach moonstone faceted rounds that are 4 millimeters in size. And we've also got some that are 8 millimeters. Now this 4 millimeter is a 9-inch strand. The 6 millimeter is an 8-inch strand. So we've got our 4 millimeter up here, our 8 millimeter here. And I'm just going to give this a little wiggle so we can get all of that sparkle from those facets. I love sparkle. It is one of my favorite things. And I am going to probably roommate situation these two. I'm going to get the larger gemstone beads off of the strand in here, but smaller gemstone beads I find are easier to work with if I leave them on their strand. I am going to sort of snip off the long ends of the thread so that it fits better in here and I don't have to tuck it up as much. But if I leave it on the strand as well, it'll be easier to get it out of this section when I go to use it. So I've got my large peach moonstone beads and my small peach moonstone beads in the same section. Right up there. All right, let's scooch that there so you can see where I'm putting everything. That works. And then we've got some fire polish rounds. They are peach lined crystal. How cool is this? I love crystal beads that have a colorful lining on the inside of it, or even something that's a light translucent color with a different color lining on it. It is one of my favorite things because it is just so much fun. It gives the bead so much personality. Anyway, these are 6 millimeter beads, and this is a 25-piece strand. Putting them up there. Now we've got some fancy drops, lavender amethyst. It's going to be these guys right here. With a gold wash. There's an 8-piece strand. They are 10 by 14 millimeters in size. Put those right there. Then we've got some fire polish rounds with purple silk. These are 4 millimeters, and this is a 40-piece strand. It's a nice opaque color. Well, sometimes I'm better at actually getting these in here than others. That's for sure. There we go. And then we've got Czech glass center drilled flower. This is also lavender amethyst with a gold wash. I think I'm going to roommate them with the fire polish beads though. I've got a couple of these turned over so you can see the back side. And then these other ones are facing forward. They do have that hole right in the center, and that's how they get strung. Sometimes center drilled flower beads can be a little bit challenging, but there are things that we can do with these that are really fun to do. All right. Next we've got some Czech glass daisy spacers, rustic gold. They are 5 millimeters, and this is a 50-piece strand. Put a couple of these on here. The rest up here. These are also center drilled, but they are much, much smaller than the others. Now I've got some Czech glass melon drops, mint gold, and it's melon because it has this corrugation. These are 9 by 13 millimeters. It is an 8-piece strand. And they are this gorgeous minty color. It's almost like a light turquoise. Really fun shape. I love fun shapes like that. And then we've got the elm leaf. It's this one right here. They are 6.5 by 12 millimeters. This is a 15-piece strand. I'll put a couple of these on, and you can see they are drilled through the side of those leaves. Like I said, I am roommate situationing with these guys. I love these mint leaf style beads. They are one of my favorite leaf beads. I have a lot of leaf beads that I like. They're one of my faves. And then we've got our 3 millimeter melon beads. These are also the same color. They are so small. Because they are small beads, I am going to leave them on their strand. Go ahead and give them their own space right here. Here's where we are so far. And now let's open up our Amazonite. I love these cylinder beads. This is faceted irregular tubes. They are between 7 to 8 millimeters by 11 to 13 millimeters. This is a 10-piece set. And it is separated by some clear 6/0 seed beads. Or are these? Yeah. These on my plate and bring them up here for you to see after unstringing. So these clear little seed beads are just kind of a little extra. There's the faceting on these tubes. There it is, an irregular shape of faceting. I like the ruggedness and the organic nature that gives us for those Amazonite tubes. All right, now let's get to the rest of this. We've got a Czech glass sun coin. It is mint silk gold, 22 millimeters. There's one of these. It's nice and big. It's got its hole drilled right down the center, top to bottom, right over there. And then we've got a Czech glass coin mix. It's these guys. It's peach and crystal mix. So some of these coin beads will have more peach, some of them will have more crystal, and it'll just be like this really fun swirly colors in here. These are 10 millimeters in size, and they are about 20 of them in here. I've got that hole going right through them. Get them right over here. Alright, next we've got some the strawberry quartz butterfly pendant. Yay! We already took a really close look at this, and it is not going to fit in there very well. But I think it will fit over here. There we go. That's a good place for it. Strawberry quartz butterfly pendant. It was 29 by 34 millimeter, by the way, in size. I love that. It is so pretty. Next, we've got some Marquise oval beads. Flower focal, light peach gold. There's 2 of them, and the Marquise oval. There's 2 of these. So we've got these fun shapes. I'm going to go ahead and put them in here with my sun bead. These fun Czech glass shapes to go together in that section. So I got 2 spots open. One of them will be for these Czech glass drukes. They are 8 millimeters in size. Color is peach, and there are about 30 of them in this bag. I'm going to put a couple of them on here for you to see. And put the rest of them in this spot. It's a lot easier to get into when there's no butterfly in the way. Butterfly in the way. Trying to get to my beads. I love that color. That is delightful. This is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful box so far. Let's take a look at our metals. All right, so the brass collection. This is 16 by 22 millimeters for a butterfly charm. And there are 2 of these. And then bow charms. These are adorable. Love those. And then we've got our daisy diamonds. Let's see, front and back. All right. Now there are always some add-ons that you can get, some design elements when you go to the Sam's Bead Shop site. They'll have a whole page that lists extras for this box, how you can subscribe to the box. It'll give you information about that box, and then they'll have a section called Design Elements. And in that, there will be some things that they've picked out from their shop or put together or curated to go with this. And one of my favorite things to get, and I try to get it every single month, are these custom bead mixes that Rachel puts together. This is the 11/0 size, and this is the 8/0 size. Let's get these out here so you can see what they've got. They are one of my favorite things to add to my Sam's Bead Box because you can do so many fun things with these beads. And it looks like we've got 4 different colors of seed bead in here. Let's get a little bit closer. We have a silver lined, sort of a turquoise color. It's not quite turquoise though, it's a little bit greener on these guys down here. And then we've got opaque, turquoisey blue. And then we've got silver lined matte peach, and then peach lined crystal, like that. So those are some really cool colors that are in that bead mix. And again, they've got it, the same one in 11/0 size and in 8/0 size. I'm just gonna stick a few of these 8/0s on here. Next to the 11/0s so that you can see the difference in size. I'm sure if you've used seed beads before, you know the size difference, but if you're new to seed beads, this can be really helpful to see. And it might give you an idea, a little better idea of which ones you might want to get from the design elements. So you've got your 11/0s over here and your 8/0s over here. And I'll use these as spacers in my designs. I have also done really fun things with some of the other bead boxes where I have done a little bead weaving and then added another strand. I just did a bracelet bash where I showed y'all how to do this. I can link that in the description if you'd like to see. I might be doing something similar with these just because this was such a fun project to do. This is 8/0 seed beads, by the way, in that type of design, and this is an example of it with 11/0 seed beads, so you can see it's a little bit smaller, but really fun way to play with these seed beads and get them incorporated in there. They've also usually got some silver silk, flat mesh, or pipe chain that will go with this, and some beading wire. There may be some other findings that would match with it or be a great addition to what you've got. So go ahead and check that out. I will put a link to that in the description below. Check out that page, look at the different offerings that they have for design elements. And you know, if there's something that you absolutely need 2 of, I might be ordering more of these fire polish with the peach lining. They're so pretty. Absolutely adore them. Maybe some more of the Amazonite if they have it. I'm gonna check that out when it becomes available tomorrow. But yeah, that is the Sam's Bead Box for June 2025. Sweet peach. And oh, what was I gonna say? I will definitely be designing with this, coming up with some new fun things to do with it. I love this butterfly pendant. It is definitely going to be the star of the show this month as far as the Sam's Bead Box is concerned. If you like what you see, hit the like button. If you want to see more, hit subscribe, and definitely check out the link that I'm going to add in there. I do have a coupon code that you can use if you are not a subscriber to Sam's Bead Box to get you $5 off your first month subscription. I will put that also in the description below. Until next time, my friends, happy beading.